Mcrae's Opel Ascona heads the British Challenge, while world champion Ari Vatanen poses the strongest foreign threat in his escort. Hannu Mikkela's Audi Quattro won the first round of the championship, but the powerful turbocharged car is proving a bit of a handful on the slippery tarmac roads. And it's Mcrae's teammate, Henry Toivonen, who is the most spectacular around the Ormeau Park stage in the centre of Belfast. His Opel is quickly into the swing, and already he's a favourite with the huge crowds who've turned out despite the poor weather. Sweden's Per Eklund gives the spectators ample time to see the world debut of the sleek new Toyota Celica. But the brand new car is obviously having teething troubles as the driver fights for power and then goes the wrong way around the tree. Fortunes for the Duckham's car a little better on the closed public roads, and it is destined for an unhappy debut. Russell Brooks always goes well in Ireland, and his Vauxhall Chevette teammate Terry Cabey chases him through the special stages around Armagh at incredible speeds over the soaking roads. But Brooks makes a mistake in the rain. The front corner of the Chevette has been ripped away, although the car is still going very quickly. As he arrives at the next service point, it's obvious that he's had a lucky escape.
You do like looking at the nasty bits, don't you?
What happened, in fact?
We're just going a little too quick and slid wide on a corner and clipped a bank. Nothing desperate. Mechanically, the car's perfect, so...
Because you were going very well up to then.
Oh, yes, still are going well.
Well, has it dropped you down a bit, Russell?
Yes, well, we'll have to go a bit quicker now, aren't we?
But Mcrae's Opel is going the quickest and holds a slender lead as the conditions improve. As the rally heads back towards Belfast at the end of the first loop, Ari Vatanen is playing a waiting game behind the Opels of Mcrae and Toivonen. The Quattro is slowed by a broken drive shaft, but Cabey is piling on the pressure in sensational style, chasing Vatanen. Eklund's rally is just about over. Distributor failure has damaged the engine, and the new Celica is on its last breath before retirement. A sad debut. But there's nothing wrong with Toivonen, and the battle for the lead is between the two Opels.
Oh, everything is going too well, I suppose.
Oh, dear.
I thought that we're going 85% speed. I think Jimmy and the others are going 75, because we are catching.
You're catching Jimmy, are you?
Yeah.
How far behind him are you now, then?
Just after that stage, we're 2 seconds in the lead now from Jimmy, and another 33 in front of Ari. But we've been trying to go a little bit slower just the last couple of stages because we don't especially want to go out in the morning as first car, because the first car on the road finds the bad places, leaves the black marks and so on, which give you a little bit of a warning.
In fact, Mcrae retakes the lead, and the cars head south on Saturday morning after an 8-hour rest halt in Belfast. Toivonen is only seconds behind, and the two Opels are pulling well clear of the field. Kieran River just across the border, and Mcrae negotiates the tight hairpins with inch-perfect precision. But that's Vatanen in second place. Toivonen is missing, and the escort driver is less than 30 seconds behind Mcrae. Cabey is next through in third place, driving superbly. While the similar Vauxhall Chevette of Dubliner Austin McHale is quickly moving up the leaderboard in dramatic fashion. And here is Toivonen, with the front of the Ascona badly damaged after a high-speed collision with a grass bank. The young Finn injured his hand badly when the steering wheel whipped round in the accident, and he is rushed to hospital while his car is repaired, returning with seconds to spare.
They're in the envelope.
All right.
Any instructions? Every 4 hours. We must get an X-ray tonight.
And he's had one now?
Had 2.
But it's 1 every 4 hours now, yeah? Andy, is it 1 every 4 hours?
1 every 4, or whenever it can last it.
How are you feeling, Henry?
Come on, then, let's go.
In considerable pain and with his hand heavily bandaged, he decides to carry on to the rest halt at Killarney. His mechanic straps him into the car, but he can only drive with one hand, and Killarney is still 6 hours away. Mcrae's lead is still slender, and his Opel is setting a frantic pace under intense pressure from the world-class drivers behind. Vatanen is using all his skill and bravery to keep in touch with the leader. Mcrae remains the most spectacular Irishman in the rally, and although his Chevette is still lying behind Terry Caby's similar car, the Englishman's splendid performance is nearly over.
Terry, what happened?
He was just trying to cut a corner off a little bit too tight and clip the wall on the inside, and it just lifted the car and put it in the edge, and it rolled backwards into the road. Bent the suspension quite bad, and I don't think there's much chance of actually getting it mobile again.
As the locals relax, Churchtown High Street sees its fastest action of the year. Mcrae blasts the Opel through the village on his way to Killarney. Vatanen chases. The gap is still around 30 seconds. John Coyne is now the leading Irishman in 5th place, driving his Talbot Sunbeam Lotus. He's ahead of Michel's Quattro, which is now suffering from a slipping clutch. Coca-Cola is poured onto the Quattro's clutch in an attempt to clear away the oil which is causing it to slip.
You understand, Al?
Still holding a good, 30 to 45 seconds in front of Harry. It's development to what it was 2 years ago, I think. Only I'm the mouse and he's the cat. He's chasing.
We always seem to go quite well, and then we have some setbacks. We have some bad times, and so that makes the battle with Jimmy, it doesn't level out really. I think he has the edge over us.
Sunday morning, very early, and the action continues around the Ring of Kerry, starting with a fabulous Moz Gap stage. Mcrae's flying. The Opel leaps into the air at over 80 miles an hour, the driver fighting for every second. Vatanen's Escort still chases all the way around the famous Sunday run, but over the narrow, bumpy roads, there's just nothing the world champion can do to catch Mcrae. Toivonen struggles on bravely in an amazing 3rd place despite his handicap. Brooks is closing on Toivonen and takes top Vauxhall spot as Michael's fine run hits mechanical problems. Although the most spectacular Chevette is that of Brendan Fagan. He doesn't reach the finish, though, and soon crashes his car out of the rally. Mcrae is still struggling on, and while the car is quick on the stages, the driver is fighting a losing battle. Oil is still leaking onto the clutch, keeping the mechanics busy and giving team manager David Sutton more headaches.
What's that powder you're putting in there just now?
Flour.
Is that the answer then, is it?
It's worked perfectly on the last 2 or 3 special stages. Seems to have dried the oil out of the clutch, and we're back up.
The idea.
We got it from an Irishman at the side of the road.
Mcrae's Opel roars away from the first special stage start on Monday afternoon on the long road north to Belfast. The Scotsman now faces his toughest challenge for the world champion in dry, dusty conditions and in front of a huge audience. Vatanen makes his move, and for a few miles it looks as if he could catch Mcrae. But his bid for victory is soon over. His car is damaged on a jump and drops to 7th place. Russell Brooks has overtaken Toivonen and is now promoted to 2nd place after Vatanen's mishap. So it looks as if British drivers are heading for a 1-2. Toivonen is still in considerable pain from his injured hand, but you'd never know it as he flings the big Ascona around with his customary flair. John Coyne completes his impressive run with the Talbot Sunbeam to finish 4th, ahead of several factory drivers, including Michelin. Jimmy Mcrae pushes the Rothmans Opel team Ascona around the final stages back in Northern Ireland, nearly 5 minutes clear of Brooks Chevette, who finishes a splendid 2nd. Toivonen scores a valuable 3rd place after an heroic drive. But it is his teammate, Jimmy Mcrae, who sprays the champagne at Belfast City Hall on Tuesday afternoon after winning the Circuit of Ireland 3 times in a row. A brilliant hat-trick against the world's best.